back to the thing again. Please like and share it and subscribe. Just to make this different than every other shitty podcast. Every time, if you subscribe to us, can you also go subscribe to your the guy who's making the car tutorial videos for your make and model of your car? Also go sub to that guy.
Go find the guy, whatever car you have, Google how to change the
2007 Saturn Ion.
Yeah.
How to change oil filter. That guy. Hook him up, man.
Yeah, give him
Let's
a sub.
spread the love.
Again, though, those people are love of the game, though. They don't care.
They don't care. No, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Is that's the difference though, is that we do care. And we can't pull it off. It's because we're putting info in out there that's not valuable. How to change the oil filter for a 2007 Saturn Ion is incredibly valuable
he's
information.
He's paying it forward.
Isn't that the funny catch-22? Is I just want to find him. Dude, sometimes I just want to tell my dad. I'm like, I know that the basics of car stuff. I'm like, if I can just film you doing some of this shit for your Econoline work van, pretty popular Ford Econoline work van, that
Put it on the Nobody's Listening YouTube channel.
Yeah, let's just start doing that. So if you sub to us, it'll be weekly podcast, sketch here, there, segment here, there, how to replace anti-lock system, driver's side door, a Ford Econoline E150.
Well, we should just say, what do you guys want us to do?
No. It's only car fixing stuff.
Okay, all right. You've got your heart is set.
That's it.
I had to bring it up on the pod. What if we did user questions and we just had people Instagram story us, ask a question, and we played it and did that? Would you?
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, fuck it. Why not?
Okay.
We need any kind of engagement.
Because then people are involved.
We need people to prove to these streaming platforms that there are actually real people who listen to this show.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
Not just faces on YouTube comments who are telling me I look like a douchebag.
Those are the people that like the show.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy? I like it. I like that we've created a self-roasting environment a little bit.
Dude,
I think that's a good thing.
I've literally all those people that comment, I've either already was friends with or have become friends with now. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's the people that comment, there's 20 or some on a weird rotation.
Yeah, I would say so.
And it's weird because I want to reach out to them and be like, you like the show? You like
Yeah,
this?
it's weird. Some people will message us our girl, what's her name? Skylar. She messaged me the other day, was saying people at work were listening to this podcast. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is playing at some work.
She told them.
I know, but what I'm saying is the idea that this podcast right now is being played in some kind of office environment.
Made you feel
funnier,
good, right?
No. It's
No?
more. I'm not trying to be gay about it, but I'm just saying
get
it's
gay.
funny. It's funny to imagine the buildings in which this dumb shit is being played. Is there a BMV somewhere right now? What's the weirdest place this podcast is being played? That's the question I'm asking.
It would be
Someone answer.
I'm sure. I'm coming back
I'm
to this.
hoping for funeral home. There's got to be 3 or 4 scumbags who listen to this podcast who are professional pallbearers or the guys who dig the holes in the graveyards.
Whose laptop's it playing on?
They have phones, dude. AirPods.
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone that just discovered it and clicked on it and was like, what the fuck is this? The question is, how far did they make it into the episode is always what I want to know.
Yeah, I often wonder that too.
Well, we kind of do know because I was looking at the stats and it was showing us the suggested videos, which is still the bottom of the barrel YouTube content. Just the weird stuff where you're like, not who's really watching this, but who uploaded this?
Yeah. Just so many Linkin Park vocal covers. I feel like I've seen.
They're not. You know what they are?
I've seen that.
Have you seen that?
Yes. Because YouTube just sees nobody's listening and they're like, okay, well, 75% of the time people mean the Linkin Park song. We know
They
that
do.
much.
They do.
And then the rest 25 is you dumb idiots. All 30 of you with that show title get to fight it out at the bottom, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And
that's what
we're winning. Of that pile on the bottom, we are winning. So that's good.
If you go on Nobody's Listening, if you search Nobody's Listening, you scroll past the Linkin Park remixes and
Yeah.
everything, it's us.
Yeah, same with Apple Podcasts. Scroll past the guy who's in his car giving reviews of Star Wars Episode 1 and 2, and then you find us.
And the 30 other podcasts called Nobody's Listening.
Yeah, the two gay dudes in
I think
England.
we fucked up the name.
I don't care. Like, who gives a fuck, dude? Like, what do you think? You think we're gonna get to like guys we fuck status here? Just the opposite.
That's what we should have just we should have just stole their name.
What if
And
we should
already-
dude? That's a good idea for a podcast. Is two gay dudes and their podcast is called Guys We Fucked.
Just bite them.
Yeah, 100%. And you can't come at them.
It's just two straight dudes. It's just us doing Guys We
Yeah.
Fucked. And we're like, yeah, we stole it. It's the Guys We Fucked experience.
By the way, I'd like to point out, I felt kind of bad shitting on Diet Mountain Dew last week. I'm here drinking Mountain Dew Zero.
Oh.
I'll give an ad shout out to Mountain Dew. Fuck it.
How is it?
It's good, dude. I felt bad calling Diet Mountain Dew trashy, but like I like Diet Mountain Dew. And if I like something, I'm allowed to call it trashy, I feel like. That's fair. You're allowed to insult the things that you like.
Do you feel like and this is a serious question in this funny podcast, do you feel like you kind of got out of the mud?
What does that mean?
You never get up out of the mud?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You do you feel like you were kind of born like trashy?
No.
You don't.
By choice and also by nature. Like they go hand in hand.
You were
Yeah.
nurtured in it.
Yeah, but like yeah.
Like, do you embrace it, or do you feel like I made it out?
I don't. People who have this idea, they're like, I made it out, I escaped. Like, you treat the people who like you grew up with as just like pieces of shit who are like part of your backstory. No, that's shitty behavior. I don't think
Right.
that way. I don't think that way.
You know what? Okay.
I don't think any place is any better than any other place, dude. I mean, shouldn't everyone?
I feel like I transcended my hometown. I
Yeah,
have a
you
little
think
bit
you're-
of I have a little bit of
You got a little
superiority
complex with
thing
it?
going on. Yeah.
I mean, respect.
And it's not because I'm like, oh, I have more money than you. It's like you guys are all playing checkers while I'm playing chess. Y'all still Christian. Y'all still going to church.
Okay,
you
yeah,
haven't even
yeah.
realized you don't have to go to church anymore.
I don't really feel that level of elitism. I don't ever think. The only time I really
the
feel
only
that
thing
way,
that-
the only time I feel that elitism is when I go back to Cincinnati. I'm like, you guys don't even know what a good fucking salad is, dude.
Is that it?
That's
A
it.
little
Like
bit of
the
that,
salad
yeah?
game. I'm like, y'all don't even get it, dude. It's pure.
Yeah.
That's the only place I feel elitist is like salads. I'm like, because I went back and I'm like, what am I? I was looking for a salad. And what were my options? Cold Rain, dude. Wendy's. So I went to Wendy's. I got the chicken Caesar salad. Guess what? It's not good. Remember when a Wendy's chicken Caesar salad was like kind of a responsible decision?
Oh
back-
yeah.
Like you were.
Or the mandarin
You were the
orange
healthy
chicken,
one.
The mandarin chicken salad. That one
Yeah,
too.
with those terrible little tiny
little dinky
oranges.
little oranges. Yeah.
Little dead fetuses on there. Like, it's awful.
Ew.
That's what they look like,
You made
dude.
it sad.
Oh, come on.
You
dude.
made it
wasn't
about
really like that.
pro-choice,
Dude,
bro.
Dude, you remember that time that Wendy's got sued because the guy said he found a finger in his chili?
Yes, I do. Or a rat. Wasn't there?
I'm talking about
okay.
a finger.
There's a finger. Okay.
I mean,
human finger.
A lot of things have been found in Wendy's chili. One has to imagine.
It was a hoax, though, right?
I straight up, I mean, as many people probably did, the first time I heard that story, I was like, oh, I could imagine biting into a finger in Wendy's chili and being like, is this part of the chili? Like being confused. It wouldn't be obvious. Essentially, I was like, something's wrong. It wouldn't be like, oh, something's wrong. It'd be like, wow, I fucking really didn't grind up the beef this time.
You'd know a human finger if you bit it.
I know, dude. It's a joke, but
Would you blast? Here's the question: you bite it, you know what you bit. Keep chewing, or you pull it out and inspect.
I think some kind of dark part of me would like go on autopilot, and I'd be like, if I have the chance to bite through a human finger,
I would have swallowed it whole.
I wouldn't have swallowed it, but I would sure bite through it so I could know what that felt
Ew,
like.
It's
dude.
a bone. moon, dude.
At
My
that point, I
guy.
have some dead guy's finger in my mouth. What? We're past that. I might as well bite through it and have the life experience.
I just swallowed dead guy's finger and then continue
you-
talking to my mother.
it would get lodged in your throat because it's the exact size of your throat. You would die. You're not going to eat the finger, dude.
I imagined it being like a tip of a finger.
Whose finger was it? For this, can we Snopes this? I'm gonna Snopes this after as I edit this, and I'll put the results in the middle.
Okay.
To see if we were stupid. This sounds like a fake story, but it also sounds like a thing that would happen at Wendy's.
There wasn't as much like stimulation back in the 90s. Like, so when that story, like the big thing, like now everyone has their phone and there's like so much stimulation all the time. Like the big thing that entertained you for like a couple days was you just thinking about the story you heard about the Wendy's chili finger. And you're like, wow, I wonder if it's true. And then you didn't look at a phone. You didn't do anything. Just for like 3 days, you just think about, you just like use your imagination.
How did his finger get in the chili?
Yeah.
What was this guy doing? This poor guy's at like some commissary, some massive Wendy's commissary in like the middle of nowhere. And all of a sudden he's just not paying attention. He's like vaping on breaks. He's high as fuck working at this factory.
This was pre-vape, dude.
Oh yeah. I guess I'm getting my
He just probably chain smoking.
probably
Classic,
chain
dude.
smoking.
He was doing
He's an old school guy. He's probably just all stressed out working at the Wendy's factory. Let something slip, boom, his finger.
I think you're gonna Snopes it and you're gonna realize that it was a fake story.
I know. I like to believe it is real though. I like to believe that Wendy's beat it. And they were like, oh, this could shut us down. Isn't it funny that like every fast food place more or less realizes, Chipotle gives people E. coli like once a year now.
Do they? Is that still happening?
KFC, how many photos are there of just like deranged little mini chickens? Just like all fucked up and fried. And yet none of them ever go out of business because of any of this shit. Even if it's not a fake Wendy's story. Even if there was someone whose finger was in the chili, they'd be like, well, this is a bump in the road.
Yeah.
We'll send the legal team over to Nebraska to fight this one for a couple of weeks. We'll intimidate the witness. And
here's the thing, man. The fact that it's happened once means it probably won't happen again.
no, I
Lightning
think the fact
doesn't
that it
strike
happened.
twice.
No, I think
It now becomes less likely now that the finger has already shown up in someone else's chili.
yeah. That's okay. I hadn't thought about it like
You're
that.
still going to KFC.
I haven't been to a KFC in a long time.
Nor have I, but I
let's
would.
be real. I would.
I'll go to an El Pollo Loco. I'm sure there's tons of fingers in every,
Fingers and toes.
every cup of
Pollo
beans,
Loco.
dude. Yeah.
There's fingers inside in the bellies of the chickens that they killed. And put in there.
That's what it was.
It's all fucked. You don't
was
know
just
these chickens.
yeah.
The poor chickens, man. Nobody knows. No one seems to know. Like every chicken seems to be getting mistreated. Like we gotta. Who's treating their chickens right? It's the KFC got caught for that shit. Tyson got caught for that shit.
I think they're still, the coops are still like pretty much the same, dude.
Chick-fil-A just has some guy go in there with a chainsaw and just run through it. And like,
That's like pretty humane though. Like chainsaw chicken run.
Yeah, like chainsaw.
It's not the name
There
of the
it is.
episode.
There it
it's
is.
not the name.
No, it is. You just
Maybe-
fucked up.
Maybe.
You just fucked up.
People will click on chainsaw chicken run if we use
Yeah,
if we use the image of the movie Chicken Run.
With Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
All right.
But dude, we just did all the work.
This is the first time we haven't argued about
Thank
the
God.
title and thumbnail.
Yeah, we can't. I gotta dress the way you hold this mic, dude. You gotta fix it. I don't know what's going on there. No, it's not. Why is the pinky sticking out, dude?
You like that?
Yeah, hold it
Like
like
this?
Henry Rollins. Like, yeah, do it like that.
Yeah,
dude.
you happy now?
Yeah, I'm
I was
good.
gonna do a Kid Rock impression the entire show.
I'm fine with that, dude. That would be more fun.
I feel like I'm
listen
about
to.
to. I feel like I'm in a rap battle right now.
Yeah, well, you don't have to hold it. No, rap battle is like you angle the wire up a little
Yeah.
bit. It's kind of like you give the illusion like it's hanging.
Yeah, like it came from the ceiling or something.
Yeah.
I can do this. But you know what? I told you this is how I hold everything.
I don't want.
That's how I hold cups.
Why? You don't know. You don't know why.
I don't.
You don't know why. So I can't
don't
even ask
know.
that question. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
But yeah, and I masturbate like this.
Yeah, again, like what
I think that's where it came from. I just realized you really only need the 2 fingers to hold anything.
I don't want to make assumptions about your life. I gotta imagine.
Assume away.
I gotta imagine.
Make an ass out of you and me.
No woman who's ever touched your penis came at it with that grip.
No one's ever.
That's unique to you. That's you when you get to treat yourself right. You're like,
hey, no one's ever.
I'm gonna hold it like I'm like Chunk from the Goonies.
No one's ever finished the job holding it like this.
Yeah, so it's so. I don't know what that is. It's like a little.
How do you feel about this? Is that okay?
It seems like you're like working to balance it with this, you know?
Okay.
You did comedy, right? You know the move.
I went back and watched my stand-up videos because I thought I would hold the mic like that, and you're right. I think I did it. I was holding it like this or something like that.
Either way, a strong pointer's a fun thing.
All right,
if you
want to
get into a strong pointer game.
That seems distracting. This for the
now it's certainly distracting. Now that I've brought attention to it,
this is a lesson for the people that are only listening to the audio version to watch the YouTube.
Yeah, for real, you're losing out on this great.
This is stimulating.
This great content, dude.
All right, I'll switch it up. I'll do something less distracting.
Well, there we go. We just solved the problem.
Do you miss stand-up?
Angrily messaging me.
Do you miss stand-up?
Yeah, I do.
What aspect of stand-up are you in the whole ritual of going and doing stand-up comedy? What do you miss the most?
I still write jokes, obviously. I just missed you. It's just good exercise for your brain. Like to work on jokes multiple times a week. It's also like fun. You just driving around and it's an excuse to just go hang out in bars in different parts of the city. I just bar hop random parts of the city. So it's kind of, honestly, I like the process. I'm never going to be famous doing stand up. So like, it's kind of like, I don't know. I just write some jokes, go around, hang out with some people. If you don't give a fuck, then it's kind of hard to like, you can't really like fail. Right? Everyone else kind of fails because they're all just like out there circle jerking for like random tiny minuscule book spots, and you're like, well, what do you got? This like flimsy network, I guess, of people who will like prop you up when it's convenient for them. I'm like, okay,
you're there for the journey.
I'm out here talking to homeless people on the street outside.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's because like doing anything artistic is about the journey, and if you're going for the destination,
yeah, you failed.
Game's over, buddy.
Game's over, dude. You'll never be as famous as Chris D'Elia.
Oh, are we gonna talk about that?
I don't know. There's nothing to talk about. Who gives a fuck?
I thought it was funny because it was him apologizing for how much pussy he'd been getting.
It really was like, hey, I'm sorry that I rammed so many chicks. There were just so many of them. I thought it was okay. It's basically that whole apology video was him being like, listen, I knew they were Instagram thoughts. They knew they were Instagram thoughts. I'm sorry.
Like, he was
whoops.
like, it was him being like, yeah, and I was getting so much pussy, and I took 9 months to think about how much pussy I'd be getting. Mm-hmm. And I realized all I was a pussy getter. And that was my entire personality. And then he's like, and I was getting pussy while I was getting pussy. Yeah. I had a fiance and I was still out getting and I'm like, dude, you're just hard. It was
like every city, I show up in the hotel, there's like 50 chicks.
He said 50.
There's like 50 women messaging me. I'm like, women or girls? Like which one was it? I don't know. Who cares? I saw him driving recently on Mulholland.
Was he crying?
On the same trip. Driving on Mulholland.
Free Chris. I like Chris though. I think he's funny.
I was leaving Laurel Canyon Dog Park and pulling in was Kevin Smith, director.
Oh, okay.
Of Clerks.
Now you're name dropping.
It's not name dropping if I just see a person in a car. I don't interact with that person.
Did you talk to him?
No, I'm saying as I was driving out, I saw him pulling down in a car.
You should have followed him. Try to get some DP work, dude.
I should have turned around and followed him.
You need to be assertive.
No, I play the long con because I go to that dog park all the time. I'm like,
yeah, get in.
This will happen naturally at some point.
You do look like...
And then I'll punish him. He would look at me and be like, fuck. They're like,
this guy's gonna talk to me.
Yep. You're like, God damn it.
You kind of, the thing, you know what actually you do really well is like you buy these sweatshirts that are kind of like people with similar interests might come up to you and be like, cool sweatshirt. So you might get another director type or another like music producer type be like, oh, nice. And then
I can tell you that's not the intention.
But I'm saying it could work to your benefit.
Well,
your
maybe
sense of style could.
I gotta be a player, man. I gotta be out here making moves, shaking hands of babies and stuff, you know.
Yeah, dude.
But anyway, yeah. So I passed Kevin Smith, and then I went out on Mulholland, and I was driving, and then I saw Chris D'Elia.
How do you look?
He looked dented up, dude.
Yeah.
he looked a little dented. No, I'm just kidding. He looked like he was in a Mercedes SUV driving down Mulholland Drive. Probably from his house.
Yeah.
You know?
Just enjoying his wealth.
He's just a rich man, you know?
It's a rich man who got, I feel like the way he was talking about, how much he be crushing, I bet he's had sex with 500 women.
Yeah, dude. He's probably, that was his,
wow. If you do the math, he had sex with over 500 women.
Yeah,
he's Wilt Chamberlain.
He's not Wilt. He's not Wilt the Stilt. Wilt the Stilt got 500 in like 1976.
He said a number. I think Wilt said he had sex with 1,000 women. I think.
How do you keep track of that? Even if he was accurately keeping track of it, that's 10 times creepier. Even for Wilt Chamberlain, who's one of the coolest people of all time.
He was ballparking it. I think he conservative.
But even then, what do you be? Basically, if you're Wilt Chamberlain, are you in a situation where you're like, okay, well, how many road games did we have last year?
Yeah, he does the math.
So 2 or 3 times that.
Yeah.
You know, per night. Like, okay, all right, Wilt, thank you. Just like some ESPN reporters, like, yeah, I was just calling to ask about your, triple double last night, but thank you for the.
I'll tell you about both triple doubles last night.
Yeah, right. Triple double D's, dude.
Oh wait,
boy,
I
can you
had something
imagine?
to say.
Yeah,
shit about like Wilt Chamberlain or something. Oh, I feel like at that point, if you're Wilt Chamberlain, all right, you've smashed so many women. All right, you've had sex with so many women, and or Chris D'Elia, he's saying every night he's hooking up with women. I would, if that were me, there'd be some nights where I'm like, no, I just want to masturbate, right?
Do you think?
Yeah, like I don't really want anyone here. I just kind of want to masturbate and go to bed. Like, sure, it'd be cool if I was Chris.
He probably did that. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he's that much of a.
He said every night. I'm like, wouldn't you just want a night where you just kind of like chill and watch Terminator 2 on
you don't
Showtime?
Hang out with some chick you like don't even know, you have nothing in common with. I think that's kind of what he was saying too. Is he was like, I was just treating sex like this random thing. I'm like, okay, cut the bullshit. You're basically saying like, hey, I guess it's shitty that I just want to fuck these chicks and then tell them to leave.
It's not shitty.
That's up for the court of public opinion to decide, I guess. But nonetheless, I just, whatever.
Ain't a crime to be a dog.
That's true. Well, until it is. But until you're like a pit bull or like a Rottweiler,
Yeah.
If you're like a border collie, yeah, you can be a dog. It's cool. But then you're a jacked pit bull with like a chain collar,
You're raping people, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Which he said, which he wasn't. So we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
The very first line was like, they were all legal and consensual. I just want to reiterate that. Very legal. In the state that it was in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was I thought he kind of tail between the legs. I don't know.
Well, let's move on. We don't need to talk about this douchebag,
All right.
He's like, and also I'm moving to Austin.
Everyone's
in Austin now. Everyone's in snow.
Everyone's coming back to everyone. They'll be back. They always come back.
People are dunking on Texas so hard right now because of all the snow and how bad they fucked up.
Yeah, but the thing, how'd they fuck up? You can't help Mother Nature, man.
Well, you can be prepared for it. Here's how they fucked up.
You can't be prepared for like
a
snowpocalypse. Give them a break, man.
Well,
Give Ted Cruz free Ted Cruz, man.
No.
Let the man get some
Wouldn't that be
cornrows
awesome?
in Mexico and chill the fuck out.
Wouldn't that be awesome? We should defend Ted Cruz like that. How do you defend? He's like, listen,
He's a politician. He's like, fuck this shit. I have money. I'm going to go to Mexico while my whole house is frozen and everyone's mad that he's not there suffering with them. He doesn't give a fuck. No politician cares about us. We're like, Ted Cruz doesn't care about the Texans. I'm like, no. Did you think he did?
I know, right? Well, they just seem to.
Yeah,
Like, people are so naive, and they always talk about this. Like, he should be here fighting on the front lines for us. I'm like, bitch, he don't care. Like, they can't do anything. All they can do is divert federal money to one department or other. What the fuck is he gonna? Every time there's some kind of natural disaster, every politician in the area gets together for that stupid press conference where they're all wearing like, you know, REI. They went to REI right before the press conference and got some like outdoor gear, like a nice rain jacket, and they're like layered up with lanyards and shit like that.
Dude, I had this
out here.
So I took a public relations course in college, and my teacher, he was this like real crust fuck, right? Old guy. He was cool as fuck. He was awesome, but he's just like an old school public relations guy. And he told us a story. There was like it was like Governor Indiana came to like this benefit to some sort of flood destruction thing. And it was, he said he was working the event. Okay. And he was doing photography and like for the corporation that they were helping. And he said that the mayor came down and they just set up a photo. Okay. For him to be with a shovel in the ground. He put the shovel in the ground. They set him up. He took the photo. The governor got in his SUV, you know, whatever Secret Service for the governor of Indiana, left. He said he literally took a picture and left.
That's very common.
Yeah. But he was just like, it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen because it was for a story. It was for a press release saying like the governor came down to like dig a well or something, and he came down, took a picture and left.
It's so like self-serving. Like the whole environment eats itself. Like the mayor's like, okay, we're gonna go break ground to this new condo that's gonna displace like 1,000 people. So we need a photo, and then they call the property, and they're like, well, call the news. And the news is like, well, the mayor did it, so we got to put it on the news, I guess. And then they put it on the news. So then next time the mayor's like, all right, they'll come again. Like,
if I was a mayor,
no one cares. No one gives a fuck about you digging a fake hole.
If I was a mayor, I would just be upfront with how much of a scumbag I am.
Yeah, you would go the what's his name?
As soon as I was elected, I would be Donald Trump.
You'd go the Rob. You'd go the Rob. I was gonna say Rob Ford, but
yeah, the Rob Ford route.
I would absolutely go the Rob Ford route. That's your only route. That's your only route. He proved truly what the limits of public opinion were. He was like, how much can I get away? I mean, smoking. The thing that did him in was smoking crack. With a hooker, which is like, what was the part that did him in, you know? It was the crack. It wasn't the hooker. It was the crack.
Yeah, a sex addict.
He's just
I get it.
People don't want to see a
crack
fat guy
addict.
doing,
I'm like, hey man, you can't be public office.
Yeah, you can't. You can't be doing crack and also running the government.
He was the mayor of Toronto, right?
Not anymore. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Then he died.
Did he die?
Yeah. Oh no, he dead, dude.
Rob Ford's dead.
Fuck yeah, he died.
I mean, it's funny.
What do you think? You think he was on pace for a long life?
No, I know.
He loved crack.
I'm not saying
he loved crack.
I'm not saying I'm surprised. I'm
did
saying
it on camera.
He did crack on camera,
bro. Yeah, you don't remember this? He got caught on. There was a video. The hooker filmed him.
Rob.
Dude,
You can't.
More so, it's like, Rob, you got to be more selective about these chicks you're doing crack with. I mean,
Maybe
you got to be vetting these bitches a little bit, dude. You can't just...
Maybe he thought she was like reputable because she had a camera. He's like,
that's pretty good.
She can, she's got a camera, so therefore she's trustworthy.
I'm gonna bring it so I can film us having sex. And he's like, oh, really? That's why?
Oh, you document this? That's cool.
Yeah, cool. That's hot.
You keep records of
Do you have any crack cocaine that can boof in this Motel 6 with you?
Isn't it crazy that the people that get, a lot of times people like Rob Ford that get prostitutes, they're kind of like, they're sharing their drugs to boof with the prostitute.
Oh yeah, they supply.
Isn't it kind of interesting that it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm going to do I'm going to have sex with you, like, and I'm going to do my drugs. I'm not sharing.
Bring your own. Oh yeah, you gotta share.
But isn't that kind of benevolent for them to be like, you can boof this too. Let me.
Yeah, it's the nice thing to do. Rob's like, listen, I know you have to fuck me, which I know is not going to be fun. So I'm obviously going to bring good, and he had access to good crack. Can you imagine the first crack dealer there was like, what was the chain of crack that got to Rob Ford? How removed? He seemed like such an idiot. He was probably out there actually buying it cash in hand himself. You know?
I would assume.
Can you imagine the dealer being like one of his friends, like, hey, we got this guy, we got a new guy who's trying to buy. Like, oh really? Who is it? And he's like,
the mayor.
The mayor. He's like, what the fuck?
No, here's how it went down.
Mr. Mayor.
Here's how it went down, dude.
Isn't it sad to think about Canadian crack dealers?
Why? Because
they're so nice. Canada.
Everybody loves
America's,
crack, dude.
I know, but it felt like America's problem. Poor Canada. Now they got crack dealers too. They've fallen so hard.
Dude, Canada, you think Canada's all like respectful and sorry and apologetic, but like, dude, a lot of the Hells Angels are from Canada, dude.
The Hells Angels are from California. They're not from
They're
Canada.
from Kelowna, British Columbia.
I'm gonna have to Google this now.
Okay. Yeah, look it up. Kelowna, British Columbia, Hells Angels. But that's where they came from.
They might have had a chapter there.
They have, but yeah, there's like, they're like, Canada's a big meth country, dude. You don't think about it because the only Canadians that make their way down here are like Ryan Reynolds, you know? And
yeah,
he didn't touch the stuff.
Yeah, he wasn't. I mean, he might have done crack. Yeah, they're from Fontana, California. That's an American treasure. Don't talk about the Hells Angels
All
like
right,
that,
sorry.
dude.
Excuse
I
me.
ain't Canadian.
I know they've made their way up to Kelowna, British Columbia.
Oh yeah, they got a chapter in Canada for sure.
But what's I gonna
Who's the
say?
new motorcycle gang? You know, who do you get in with now?
You know what would be really fun?
It's probably like cool Chinese guys.
Would
That's
you be
like the new motorcycle gang?
what? All right, it's late in the episode. What race of gang are you most afraid of?
Dude.
Not late enough in the episode?
I'll answer this question. For real, and I'm not even bitching out on this question, Russians.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. So white.
No. You can tell Russians, they got all smashed up like potato faces. Dude, my old neighborhood, man, we lived next to this. There was a church. You remember where Bar Lubitsch is?
Yeah.
Right around the corner from that, there's a big church, like a Russian Orthodox church. And like, it was just such obviously a front. There'd just be guys hanging there all the time.
Really?
Guys in tracksuits, like hanging out there. And then they would come around the corner to where my apartment was and have conversations that they couldn't have like in front of the church. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Or at the church,
really?
they would go behind the block.
Business conversations.
Yeah, one time I came out and I was walking my dog and there was just like two guys railing this chick in a van.
Get out of town.
Not joking. And I knew it was the same guys because they had a guy standing outside of the van, like watching it as they were fucking. Like I heard it clear as day. And
So two guys doing the fucking and one guy standing guard?
Yeah.
Did you wave?
I crossed the street. I gave him a nod like, hey, I don't, you know me, dude. I don't get involved. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to try and just block this whole thing out.
That's
Try to hope you guys are gone by the time I come around the block. And they were.
Yeah.
That's
what I've learned in life is a lot of times, like, I mean, I've lived in.
No, hold on. You got to answer the question now.
Oh.
Russians are the most obvious threat, at least in my area now. They're scary as fuck. So I'm going with Russians / Chechens.
Oh, man. If I'm looking at people that I clearly know are a gang,
Which is like, how do you? No, it's like, it's not like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas where you just would be driving. There's like 6 guys with like green bandanas on a corner, like, "Saw fool!" Like,
I think if I saw a group of like tall ass Asian dudes,
like Yao Ming, like 6 Yao Ming.
not that tall. That'd be like, this is like a comedy sketch group right here.
I was like, this might be an alien invasion, dude. What's going on here?
Or I'd assume it's the Chinese national basketball team or something like that.
That'd be crazy. You're like, what are you guys doing here under the 405?
That's the gang I'm most afraid of is the Chinese national basketball team,
There you go.
coached by Yao Ming.
Oh, that's got to happen.
That's
someday.
how I dodged that question,
There
buddy.
you go. Good for you. We've gotten
That's
so
how
skillful.
It's funny.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Where are
I'm
you?
going to open this up. This is a segment. Ready for this? And I'm just going to come at you with this straight and
Okay.
don't answer it immediately.
Sit in dead air for a while.
Is working for parking enforcement what you would consider an honest living? Is that honest work?
Are you living by the sword?
My question is working for parking enforcement honest work?
No.
I kind of lean towards that too. I understand that everybody needs a job, dude. You gotta make your paper. I get that.
Guess who else said
But
that?
if you're who?
The Nazis.
Yeah, that's true. That's a
Just
good point.
doing our job.
We're just following orders, guys. I was thinking about this because I just got another ticket today.
Syrian soldiers, dude. I got one recently too. Go ahead.
It's just they don't miss a beat, dude.
No, they'll get
They're like
ya.
the KGB, dude. They got fucking eyes in the sky now. They got drones and shit watching my stupid car. I ran into Whole Foods for 5 minutes today.
Wait. Give me a real time. Like, how long were you in Whole Foods for?
Less than 10 minutes. 5 to 7 minutes. I got soup and I walked out.
You're double parked?
No, I went to a meet. Here we go. There's a big lot at this Whole Foods. There's never any parking. It's a clusterfuck. So there's a meter right on the side near the door. I just hit the meter. Listen, I played the game. I'm not trying to deflect.
Okay.
I rolled the dice. But
Pop in, pop out.
But I'm not going to lie. If I see them leaving the ticket, which I didn't this time, I've come out a few times and they're actually there doing it. I hit them with "Oh, you guys don't take a day off, huh?" Well, I'll lean in with like a joke, and they don't answer. I've encountered parking attendants many times. They've given me a lot of tickets around here specifically.
You say that when they're putting it on your car?
Yeah,
Do they still put it on?
of course. They ignore you. Their mode here is to just ignore you and act like you're not saying anything.
How many parking tickets have you got?
I've gotten a lot, dude. I was getting them every other day for not turning my wheels on the hill. You remember?
Yeah,
that was a
I
big
know.
deal for a little while.
That's a little cheaper one, right?
Most recently, yeah, it's still $30.
Yeah.
Most recently, dude, listen, this shit. This is so uninteresting. But out on Fountain, you can't park there from 4 to 7 every day because of anti-gridlock zone. So I came out and my car was parked there and it was like $3.58 because I'm just sitting down here. I'm like, I'll just go move it. And there's a tow truck waiting. There's a guy in a tow truck sitting there waiting to tow it. And I was like, and then I come out and of course I see it. And I just laughed at him like he's standing out there. And I was like, oh, not so fast, buddy.
Yeah.
And of course he just ignores me and gets right back in his truck because he just thinks I'm going to shoot him or something. I assume. They don't want the smoke.
They don't want the smoke.
That's what this... Okay, so I know this felt like a tangent, but this is what brings me back. The fact that they'll never converse with you, at least here, they'll never converse with you. They'll ignore you. They'll walk away. They'll basically like do it and walk away. It means you're a bitch ass and you know this is wrong. You know this is morally wrong.
You're ashamed of
that
yourself.
you're fucking over your fellow man. You're a shill for the government to collect money for parking on a street that you already own.
The city government.
The city government, like for example, here in West Hollywood, it's not those guys who work at parking enforcement don't even work for the city. They're a private company that makes money per ticket issued. So they get commissions off giving you tickets on your car.
You know what?
Is it honest work? I don't think so.
You know what I'm going to go and say? All parking enforcement employees are bastards.
Yeah, dude. Can we make this going? It's not as fun as ACAB, but like
It's not.
APEB.
Who do you think's
All parking enforcement is bastards.
Okay, so here's what's funny. We got all cops are bastards and we got our Blue Lives Matter folks. I want to meet the person that's like parking enforcement lives matter, because that's the stand I'm on.
Yeah, you know who that is? Parking attendants.
Yeah. You're just a professional narc is really what you are.
Yeah, that's kind of what it's
and
kind
not
of
like a narcotics agent. Like you're just
No.
like the bitch ass narc.
No, you're not getting drugs off the street and stopping like the opioid epidemic. You're punishing someone for carrying their groceries in instead of parking on a long ass hill and walking them up.
I mean, you know what?
I've carried groceries up that hill, bro. Don't even get me started. It's awful.
it's a schlep, dude.
It's awful.
It's a good quad workout, though.
Oh, dude, you've seen my calves.
Yeah, man.
We don't even need that. Those aren't even up for debate.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I hear you, and I'm on the same page, because I recently had some parking drama too, and I tried. You know what I did?
You try to weasel out of it. You can't get out of it.
Here's how I weaseled. You want to hear my story?
Well, I want to hear it.
All right, so like,
You got to break it down though.
okay, one day I just it was a street sweeping day, and I just missed it. Right? Got to take it.
Yeah.
All right, got to take it outside. So what I did, and I'm sleazy. So what I was like, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say I had COVID-like symptoms, and I'm gonna do an initial review. Okay? Didn't buy it. They sent me back.
Wait, hold on. So your mode of attack was to say that you had COVID and were not able to move your car?
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna go to hell, but
Why?
I'm just kidding.
Fuck them.
I guess. Yeah, you just have, everyone else is fucking.
I've already said I'm not like a good guy.
Yeah,
like
good
a virtuous
point. Good point.
dude.
I'm over that. I used to feel guilty about that shit, but now I'm like, I don't feel bad fucking over a corporation.
The city of LA.
Yeah,
I
they could
will
suck
lie
dick.
through my teeth, dude.
Yes.
I'll commit perjury if I have to go to court. Anyway, so I was like, I ended up having to call in to check on the status of the ticket, and they were like, no, it didn't you have to. They want you to pay the ticket, and then they want you to do a hearing on the phone.
Yeah,
and
there you go. Then we'll reimburse you.
Yep. Like 2 weeks later. So you know what I did?
Looks like I'm getting a suit. Looks like I'm getting ready for the Zoom call.
Yeah. I just ponied up. I just paid it because in reality,
No,
it's like,
dude, come on. They
but-
put it on a tee for you. They well, you can fight it, but you have to pay for it. Okay. I guess that's what I'm going to do. Dude, when Spite's involved, I have unlimited free time. So if I would love to do a Zoom call hearing with a parking enforcement judge.
the thing was,
Yana,
man.
I had COVID. I was bleeding out of my asshole. I couldn't breathe. I had been on a ventilator for 14 days. I can't taste or smell or hear anymore, and I'm also stupid now.
The reason I didn't do that is because they were shitty because they're inherently shitty, and I was shitty because I was a liar, dude.
That's true. They called your bluff.
And they won.
Fair enough.
I lost.
You got to respect the
I
game.
took the L. So, but to
Kinda
answer your question,
they're like marshals in the old way. It's kind of like the relationship between. It's a way less interesting and less cool relationship, but it's like, cowboys in the old west and marshals. It's just always about. They're always evading each other. Like one can always make the other's day miserable. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That shit goes both ways. It's all leverage. I got none of these parking bitches, dude. They get me all the time.
We're the outlaws, right?
I wish, dude.
We are the
outlaw. Would just be not paying them, but then they tow your car, and then Then who's the outlaw?
Yeah, they got
I'm
you.
taking the fucking bus.
They
dude.
got you.
They own my life.
They
dude.
do, they do.
own your fucking life. 'Cause
You will
they
always lose.
It's literally the end of There Will Be Blood. I don't need to own the property. I
Right.
own all of the property around it.
Our milkshakes get drank all the time.
My milkshake is fucking empty, dude. My Wendy's Frosty is so dry. There's nothing left.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I've thought about, because, okay, you know what
So moral of the end of segment as we move on. Yeah, working for park enforcement ain't an honest living. You're a bastard and you're a cop.
Yeah.
You're a cop. That's where I'm leaving it. You're on the same level as cops. As me.
Worse than a cop.
Hold on now. They can't shoot you. What if they were allowed to shoot your car? What if they're like, what if they're allowed to fuck up your car and damage it?
And also leave a ticket on it.
They are more or less. They can boot your car.
Yeah.
Hey, I can just put a metal thing and just stop you from being able to use your property.
Actually, when I worked at
This is why people start militias in like Michigan.
Parking
is like
tickets?
dumb rednecks like this get fired up. I'm like, they could just take my property that I fucking earned. Like just 6 Richard Jewels are in a room. Like they put a boot on my car.
oh, dude,
This is how
I
it
realize
starts.
the things
It's
I
not
bitch
healthy.
about. I'm comparing all like ACAB to parking enforcement.
West Hollywood parking enforcement.
Right.
I am too. I don't want that twisted. I'm also comparing. Fuck 12. What are they? 11?
Sure. Yeah. I always thought fuck 12. I thought 12 was like the jury.
No, it's something else.
It is something else. I thought it
forget what
was.
it is in this moment, but it's something else.
Because you've heard I'd rather be carried by 6 than be judged by 12.
Yeah.
It's not that. It has nothing to do with that. How are we looking on the cams?
Don't
We're ready to
worry
just
about
rip
that.
right up
Don't
through
worry about that. I see you looking all over the
I
place.
have a story, though.
Trying to get in here. I'm the production manager here. I got this shit on lockdown, dude.
So when I was working at Kitchen 24 on Cahuenga Boulevard, there was some very like strange parking signs, right? So I was a food delivery guy, and people would constantly park right along there where they weren't supposed to park during that time. So me and the other delivery guys, we'd always say, hey, we'd always tell people, hey, don't park there. You're going to get towed. And then we're parked there too, but we're delivery drivers. So we move our cars if we have to. And then we tell them like, hey, you can't park there. And they occasionally, usually people were like, oh, hey, thank you for telling me. We'll figure something out. We'll get valet or something. But occasionally you'd have people say, fuck you. They're like, you just want the parking spots for yourselves and your buddies. And we were like,
a shot caller.
dude, we loved it because we were like, okay, that's fine. And they were like, fuck you. And they'd leave their car. And then, dude, within minutes, man, within minutes, parking enforcement would just come and they'd be like, is this one of your guys' cars? And we're like, nope.
This is the dichotomy though of parking enforcement. Because watching them fuck someone else up doesn't give me joy.
I hated them both. I hated both parties.
You were able to split your hatred?
Yes.
I, for some reason, always feel the need to take it to one side. I can't split my hatred. I always have to pick a side. I
It was
don't
a
like
spectacle for me because it was both like, okay, so
what sucks about parking enforcement is that like there's no scenario. What's the scenario where they're gonna like get their comeuppance? How are they gonna get their just desserts? You know what I mean? What they are above the gods. They're not getting towed. They're not getting ticketed. How do I get revenge? Do I have to just go like drive by their apartment and hope that they fuck up? They're not gonna fuck up.
the thing is, man.
Do you think?
What?
You think they got like buddies in other neighborhoods and they can be like, yo, don't.
What do you mean?
Do you think that they ever cash in their? You think there's ever some shaking hands, Like, let's say, these parking attendants, they don't live around here. All of a sudden, they want to come out here. They want to go to Boa Steakhouse. They're parking in front of my house without a permit. You think they park there and they text the guy, be like, hey, Mitchell, I know this is your beat. You watch my back?
Guy, I don't think parking enforcement employees are going to Boa Steakhouse. That's how I answer that question.
You ruined it.
But to answer your question, okay, this parking enforcement employee going to Boa Steakhouse. Let's live in this reality.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, let's be classist too. Fuck them, dude.
They don't. No, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say they're fucking dorks and they don't, unless they park their parking enforcement car right outside of Boa Steakhouse and say, fine. Because no parking enforcement.
How am I going to get my just desserts? That's all I'm asking.
You go and you fucking follow them home and kill them, dude. That's how you do. You beat them to death in their front lawn.
Yeah, I just go, no, I have to go. I have to go follow them home.
You're saying desserts.
Yeah. Well, whatever. I'm just saying, what do I got to do? Just go drive up there and witness their life. Isn't that so dark? Is to be like, they gave me so many tickets. I'm going to follow this guy home. And it's just like a guy who lives alone.
What, now you're empathizing with them?
He pulls out. It's like that scene from True Detective season 1 where Woody Harrelson is like eating the frozen dinner alone. You remember this?
I've seen it, yeah.
God damn
I started
dude.
it, I got
How-
bored.
How many times have you watched Weeds all the way through?
Just
And
the
you-
one. I tried
Come
it again
on.
and it was too corny.
It is corny, dude. With Kevin Nealon towards the beginning of him.
Yeah, he's not a real person.
He's like
He's way over
he
the
is the
top.
most Hollywood person of all time. It's like Kevin Nealon. I'm not saying that in a good nor bad way. Dude, I forgot to tell you this. I guess we can wrap
Wait,
on
I never
this,
finished
'cause
my
this
story.
Oh yeah, what was your
My parking story.
I thought it was just like you got to watch people.
No, I wasn't done.
Oh,
Because here's how it connects.
Fuck.
Because you were mentioning that, they obviously can't like shoot at a car because they're angry and they left them a ticket. But when the tow truck would pick them up, they would do serious damage to the suspension to every single car.
how is that like? I know I'm an idiot. How is that allowed? How can they just destroy your property?
I don't know.
A ticket is one thing. You got to pay us. You stopped us from being able to collect money from someone else. You got to pay us. I at least understand that on paper. But what legality is granted to the point that some guy gets to come and fuck up your Toyota minivan?
I'll tell you.
It just ruined your front suspension of your car. It's like thousands of dollars to fix that shit.
The idea is
Please tell me they ran out.
What?
Please tell me the people ran out and intervened with the guy as he was trying to tow their car.
No, here's how it went down.
All right.
They would come out of whatever restaurant they were at and they'd see it and we just look at them and they'd know that,
What are they going to say?
hate to say I told you so.
Did anyone ever say anything?
Never.
Because they can't say anything.
They're embarrassed.
They played the game.
What?
Well-
How would you even begin to be upset with me?
Oh, no, I'm not saying. Of course.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't, but how would they? They probably are upset and they need someone to channel their aggression, but then they check themselves and they're like, how am I going to get mad at this person? They were only trying to help. It's a double whammy.
Dude, that is so dangerous. You don't want to be around that. Some guy's going to come out and see his car's gone and just blow his fucking head off. Like, you don't want to be around that, dude. People reach their breaking point.
I do want to be around that, buddy.
Yeah, you want to be around
have
that.
we
Well,
met?
some guy runs out of Kitchen 24. He's like, what?
Oh, they were never eating at our restaurant. Kitchen 24 always had like
Yeah.
very nice,
They had
cordial
top-notch guests.
people.
Dude, can I tell you something? This morning, I went to go take my dog out, and I'm walking down the hill, and there's just a guy walking up the hill with a full-on parrot, like a blue, like a
Macaw?
yeah,
Okay.
like it looks like a fucking toucan from Fruity
toucan
Loops
or a
box.
Oh, that's
Not a toucan, but like a parrot.
Yeah, a macaw.
Big long. Okay,
Yeah.
bird guy. It had a long tail.
I'm helping you describe the bird.
This fucking bird, I swear to God, looked like it was 7 feet long total with its like tail. And it's
Yeah.
and anyway, this guy's just walking up the hill with his bird and with his parrot, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to give this guy the satisfaction.
Of a reaction.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
didn't even look at him. I looked straight ahead too, so that he saw. I made sure that
Yeah.
he could see. I wasn't like holding down. Didn't even look at the bird.
Right.
And I just see him walking up. And he's like, look where I'm going.
You want me to
It's
ask?
9 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah.
What is this guy doing with his fucking... Dude, you ever see a dog see a new animal for the first time?
Was Betty with you?
Yeah, I was taking the
Oh,
dog. I
yeah.
was just walking down the street randomly.
So Betty gave the reaction.
Unfortunately, yeah. She freaked out. She was like, what the fuck is that? Even I was like... What is it? What's he doing, man? Where is he going? I don't even know. Is there like a bird club I don't know about? Is there like a bird society?
He's
Guys with
it's
cool
meeting
birds.
chicks, dude. You gotta
think
have an
that's it?
angle. Sure, maybe. Or
Bird
meeting,
guy?
more likely meeting dudes.
Yeah, if you want to go meet a QVC addict, bring the bird for sure.
Dude, you gotta have an. I mean, as a.
That's a
I
deal
don't play or
breaker
hate,
for
dude.
me, is a bird.
Is it what move?
If you own a bird, dude, that's a deal breaker for me. Like, I could never live with someone who
Never
had
fuck a
bird.
guy with a bird.
I could never fuck a guy with a bird. No.
I'd fuck a guy with a bird.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see this blue
Let's be
macaw,
real.
man. It sounds
I would
gorgeous.
fuck a guy with a bird.
Yeah.
It was You know about birds all of a sudden? What is a macaw, dude?
It's like the classic parrot, like Polly Want a Cracker type thing.
That's what it looked like.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to look at it in size. I thought it was going to steal my soul or something.
Well, it'll peck your eyes out, man. They're not.
That's why I didn't even look at it. This fucking guy's walking around with it.
Yeah. That's how that works, though. But yeah, I know birds. I know toucans, macaws, parakeets.
It turned out to not even be the most interesting thing because I think someone died in one of those apartments this overnight because there were like 3 ambulances outside, and then later today there were like 2 cops parked out front interviewing the people inside.
You need to move to my neighborhood, dude, where people ain't dying all the time. I swear to God, you're always like, oh yeah, I was on West Hollywood News. Apparently someone died in my bathroom that I didn't know about.
It's just the other day, dude. This is
another death, huh?
Not another death. I was sitting down here and I heard a cop pull up. You ever just hear a siren like pull up right in front of your place and you're like, oh fuck. Like you hear it end in front of your apartment.
Yeah. The siren stops too close.
I'm sitting down here and I hear it stop and then I get a citizen alert and it says 12 feet away. First of all, this is 12 feet away. Amazon drivers robbed. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I go out there and it's 2 guys in an Amazon truck. Turns out some guys, I guess 2 guys just saw the truck, pulled over and threatened them and stole 9 packages.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. So they're just standing there. They were just intimidated. I don't know if they had like guns or pointed to them.
Oh, they were just bitches. They're like, take it all.
I mean,
no, I would kick their asses, dude.
Yeah, you're going to defend and you're going to die
me.
over someone who's getting a fucking ring light delivered to their house.